Well, hello, everybody. Here we are. It's January, and what are you up to? I'm up to my usual. And I'm enjoying a present that was sent to me by a Goldilocks here from the from the other coast, from California. And she always thinks of me, and she is great. And so she sent me a little gift box, and I think it's pronounced Jot. It's kind of easy. And she said that she enjoyed it, and her husband puts this on his frozen treat. It's called Jot the Ultra Coffee. It's organic concentrated coffee, and it comes with its own snazzy little um, measuring spoon and its own little velvet bag, with the tie thing. It's delicious. It's very, very strong. So having a cuppa that is like having um, probably an espresso coffee. And so thank you so much for sending it and thinking of me. It's great. It also came with their travel mug, which is this little yellow 11-ounce thing, and it keeps it really hot. And so as I do my Instacart through the day, I can open it up, have a couple of sips, put the top back on, still have hot coffee. So I'm delighted, and thank you so much. So I Googled it, and they have many different ways of ordering it in gift packs or recurring or, all this stuff. So delish, very strong. One cup will do you. That's for sure. So thank you so much. You know I love you and always appreciate your thoughtfulness. So here we are. It's January. Is this the time of the month when you go, that's it? I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to work on those little things, one thing at a time. No big leaps into the cauldron of, I'm giving up this. I'm going to tweak that. I'm lowering this, all that kind of stuff. And, this is a channel of the emotions really attached to why we do what we do and always do what we do. um, I don't get into scientifics. I don't get into, all the blah blah. Sometimes there's a book out that I've read. I see that Dr. Westman has a new book out. I don't know anything about it, but I know that he's been the guru of definitely of keto and low carb and all that kind of stuff. And his girlfriend is Amy Berger, Keto Without the Crazies. And I know that she's in it as well. So we'll see how it goes. I know that I like what I like, and I work it into my chronometer for the food for the day. As most of you know that have ever seen one of my OMADs, I love my cucumber, celery, and little mini peppers all cut up in a bowl. Sometimes I eat them just like that with some great salt on them. I'm having kosher sea salt, which is big grains, and mixed with the Redmonds, and it is divine. I love how it makes the flavors pop. Sometimes I have Fage yogurt with it, with some slivered almonds in it, and so I'll dip and eat it. Divine. And the Fage that I usually have is 0% fat. I like it. And I do it mostly for the protein content and, just the creamy deliciousness of it. So I enjoy that. And I also like my meats. I like my big A salad or my medium A salad or my little A salad. I mix the Fage yogurt with the Bragg's dressing and marinade. It's organic. It's great. I don't know, just a nice flavor. And so it's a very low to no carb dressing, but it definitely adds a pop to all the flavors of the veggie and the organic coleslaw in the bowl. So I enjoy it. I like my meat. I like my Brazilian butchery ribeye on Sundays, and leftovers go into a pepper steak for Greg. And yeah, so I enjoy it. I love the squash family, spaghetti and butternut and acorn, and as well as the zucchini and the yellow. And so I do a lot of things with the veggies. I love Brussels sprouts. Do you like Brussels sprouts? Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. They're just so good. And when I put a little ghee on the plate with the Brussels sprouts and I just kind of like swirl around that Brussels sprout in that ghee melted, I'm sent. So it's kind of fun. I enjoy maintenance where I am right now. And so I just go along. And you know about going along to get along, right? So we're here, we're in January, we're tweaking what we're doing. I often tell you it's a long process. Do not do the cauldron thing of everything at the same time. It's like doing a purge with all the high heels that you never wear anymore and tossing them all out, and then all of a sudden something comes up and you need those black heels that you threw out in your frenzy and you forgot. Oh yeah, always keep the black flats and black heels because you never know what you might need to go with them, right? It's just, there's your pearl of wisdom for the day. Don't throw out your black shoes no matter what. Yes, you can get rid of the ones that pinched you, on the toes, but you had to have them because they weren't the right size. They were a little too small, but they matched so perfectly. Yeah, we all have boxes of those. Let's face it. They were only $120. How many of you have those? Worn not just once, but a quarter of once, right? They came off. You couldn't even wear them in the car going to the event. And then as soon, maybe even during the event, your feet came out of them. And then putting them back on was like, oh yeah, putting 20 pounds into a 10-pound bag, paper bag in the rain. Oh, that's just an Instacart reference, right? We only have one town on the 16 towns on Cape Cod that allow plastic bags. So when it's raining, it's a nightmare for somebody that does groceries. Anyway, did I digress? Maybe I need some more jot or jo or however they pronounce it. Yeah. So I love January. It's a great time to reflect. The pressure's off. Not that I did anything this Christmas, but yeah, I'm definitely a minimalist when it comes to, holidays that we're supposed to go all out. Get rid of that guilt. And, well, it's January, so you either got rid of the guilt and apologized for nothing. And nothing is what you presented. Here, have a bowl of nothing. Or I digress again. I've got some prime ribs in the freezer because when they were cheap through like Thanksgiving to Christmas, yes, I put a few in the freezer, and it's just divine to know that they're in there. And I slow cook them. If you want to know the recipe for slow cooking, Google it and pick which one you like. But what I did do was I salt and peppered the piece of meat in the fridge for 24 hours before cooking and slow cooked it at 20 or 200 degrees. I think those two things are different than any other time. The most perfect medium rare you ever want to see. And it rests a couple of times when you're cooking it and getting ready to cut it. But, oh yes, if you like your prime rib, and if you don't, how come? I love my prime rib. I love fatty cuts of meat. I'm a sucker for them. That's the one thing I enjoyed about being carnivore, and the one thing I enjoy about being keto now that I'm not carnivore is having fatty cuts of meat. There's nothing like a chuck roast done in the crock pot, and then it sits in the refrigerator for a day or two, just having all those things marry, just the salt, pepper, chuck roast, and the juice fat drippings that there are. To me, it's just, I love it. And I can see in my brain now that I said that, I'm going to have to defrost one of my chuck roasts and have it. So, anyway, did I digress talking about food? So, a food find, besides the jot, is Clio bars, and they're coming out without added sugar. And I guess they're doing that thing where they have them in like one area to see how they go, and then they'll bring them into the other areas. I know that they have a few of them on the shelves, but they have added sugar and they have more calories. And if you're like into no added sugar and 100 calories versus 170 for the peanut butter one that they have, I look forward to these. It's going to be peach and I think mixed berry, and so it's filled with yogurt and chocolate covered, and it looks like a very lovely go-to keto kind of dessert slash treat. And there's ample grams of protein as well. To me, that's always it's got the protein in it. So anyway, I look forward to trying them if they ever make it here to Old Cape Cod. I don't want to buy the additional sugars. It's like buying a candy bar. And no, thank you. I don't want added sugar. If I'm having plain 0% Fage yogurt, I can certainly handle waiting for the no added sugar Clio bars, CLIO. And when I found them, they're like in a special section of the grocery store, the ones with the sugar added, but they don't have the new ones out yet. So that's cool. And I'm still enjoying my Cali apostrophe flour, FLOUR, red pepper crust pizza. And pizza crust, it's frozen. It's $10.99 to $11.99. It comes in a 2-pack. And so I buy what they have available, but the red pepper is my go-to favorite. I drink Gerolsteiner water. I love the little bubbles. And I drink triple filtered tap water. It's triple filtered. We have a double filter when it comes into the house. And then I do the one that sits on the counter. And in it, I no longer have my lemon. I don't have lemon water anymore because it's a clean, intermittent fast that I do. So it's plain water with just some salt added to it, or the Gerolsteiner water with the minerals, and the plain black coffee. And this one is definitely a treat. So I buy the Wicked Joe's, usually, organic ground coffee at the regular retail grocery store. And I have that. And going from loaded coffees to black coffee was one of the more large processes that I went through. The giving up gum, the giving up the stuff in the coffee, the giving up the sweeteners in the coffee, the cream in the coffee, the Keto, the heavy whipping cream, the MCT powder, the coconut oil, the ghee, the butter, all of it. I used to love my coffees, and they kept me going. I'd have like a couple of loaded coffees during my intermittent fasting until I met Gin Stevens and, oh my goodness, who's the other one? Brain fart, and Dr. Fung, all talking about what intermittent clean fasting is all about. So it was a game changer for me. I know a lot of you people hear this and you zone out, and then I'll see a comment and I'll see that, oh, somebody just heard it for the first time. So don't be afraid to try it. Don't say you've tried everything. Don't say you're in a stall or a plateau. I think a stall and a plateau is your body saying time to tweak something else. So that clean amount of time for me, that 24 hours with just the plain water, no flavored coffees, no flavored soda waters, no flavored water at all, is what my body said, this is what you need to do, Goldilocks, to get to the next place. And it works for me. It was an adjustment, not kidding you, but OMAD with that was it for me. Some people have tried it, and good for you for trying it. That's the point, is that instead of just hearing it and doing nothing, at least you try it. So if you come out of it and you say, no, I can't go without my Poland Springs flavored blah, 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 or my AHA, or my bubbly, or my you name it, or I can't do OMAD. Okay, but you tried. That's the point, right? And isn't this food program for us older broads and guys with our older metabolisms, isn't it all about finding that balance, that nirvana, that whatever? I'm also a big fan of no deprivation. And I think Jen Stevens opened up the door on that for me, the delay, don't deny. I think it's very important. Life is definitely so precarious these days. I mean, we used to say life is short, enjoy it, but now who knows? Everything is just so kind of dangerous and scary. I'm not a big one in denying anymore. And so it's working for me. I'm in maintenance. I wouldn't recommend it until a lot of your emotions surrounding comfort food has been handled. And I'm not here to tell you how to do it. I'm here to share with you how I've done it. And I think that makes a difference. I'm a Goldilocks. I like things the way that I like them. I do, have a treat every now and then. I did go to the black coffee. I did do a lot of giving up. But life is not for the denying of things or the deprivation. It's delaying it. It's making it count. And I learned silly little things from Overeaters Anonymous in the 70s. Yes, before you were born. I don't eat standing up. I only eat on little plates, little forks. There's a allowable time. I'm accountable to my scale in the bathroom, on the kitchen table, and also in the chronometer to what I'm having. And I do the what I eat in a day OMAD videos when it's something new or I haven't had for a while to show you, yep, still doing it. A couple of recipes come from Picky Palette, and the pizza bowl was delicious, and just the right amount of gooey cheese and pepperoni cut up in it. Otherwise, it's like a nice, almost a vegetarian meal if you didn't add the pepperoni, just in case you don't like pepperoni or you don't want to have it. And so there's different variations that you can do, finding what works for you. I'm not afraid of vegetables. I've had a carrot. I've had a potato. Today, I'm having peas. Can you imagine? I count them, I weigh them, I measure them. And I enjoy every delicious organic pea. What's not to love about life? Thank you so much for being here. It's just me talking food, emotions, how I do it, why I do it, when I do it, and all that good stuff. And I'm so glad that you're here too. I encourage you to do whatever it is on your mind that's nagging, besides having to clean out the closet and declutter and throwing out all those high heels, like you never need them again. We also talk about the food and the emotions and the addictions and the cravings and stuff like that. And we handle it one day at a time, one meal at a choice. And I've heard people say it's not a cheat, it's a choice. Amen, sisters and brothers. I'll see you here the next time. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day. Be a Goldilocks and be proud of it. Bye-bye for now.